Hi, this is Carrie Shell from On Point Quilter. We are in part 2 of decorating an Easter egg. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I used Electric Quilt to create an applique egg. I've set up a new file called Easter Eggs, and I am going to start by going to the Work on Block tab. So I'm going to click on the Work on Block, and I am going to want a patch draw motif. So I'm going to do Block, New Block, Patch Draw Motif, and I'm thinking that I want this to be, I think I did 4 by 6 when I did my Art and Stitch one, and I think that would work well. And I'm going to turn off those graph paper grids for a while. Okay, now I'm in the Applique tab, and I first need to bring in an egg shape to trace. Now, if you're going to be in the challenge, I actually will give you the egg shape, but if you want to see how I did that, I went first to the tracing image. I want to import the image, and I had found a nice looking egg on the internet, saved it, and I'm going to open that. And when I bring it in, I realized it's not going the right direction. So I need to actually make that adjustment in the Image tab. So I'm going to add to Sketchbook, and then I'm going to view the sketchbook, and it's going to actually save this in the photos. And so I'm going to go to the photo, and I'm going to edit this to the image work table. Now, once I'm here, there really is not that much work to it. I want to twist, which is that third button on the left, and I want to select rotate 90 degrees clockwise, and then I want to add to the sketchbook again. Now I can go back to viewing my sketchbook, and you can see I have the rotated egg, so I'm going to select that, and now I'm going to edit that to the block work table. And so now if we go back to our our starting point here, which is the block work table, we now have a rotated egg. So now I'm going to go to the Applique tab, and I'm going to use the Bezier curve, and I am just going to trace my egg, and I am just going to put 4 nodes. So I'm going to click on one of the sides, go to the top, go to the side, go to the bottom, and then go back to the side. And I can tell that I've got Snap to Grid on, and I want to turn that off because that is not very helpful to me. So to do that, I'm going to turn off that Snap to Grid. Okay, so now I don't have to do it again, but I'm going to go into the shape mode, and I'm going to take each of those 4 nodes, I'm going to reposition it, and I'm going to click on the Edit. I right-clicked, and I had a drop-down box appear. If I use Edit, I'm going to make them all smooth. So just move them in place, make them smooth, move in place, click on Smooth, move in place, click on Smooth. Now, when I click on the nodes, I can move the handles and reposition the handles, but it's going to keep everything just, you're not going to be able to tell as easily the start and the stop points. So, but try to get that at the top, and then move the handles in or out to really recreate that egg shape. And once you think you've got that pretty good, click on the Hide Show Image for tracing and take another look. Okay, now in order to decorate my egg, I decided to just stick with something pretty easy, which would be basically zigzags and circles. And so I am going to create a zigzag, and in order to do that, I want to go back to my drawing setup, and I'm going to put snaps for this one. Let's see, it's set up at 9 by 23. I'm going to do them every ½ inch, so I'm going to do 8, and since the block is 6, I'm going to do 8 by 12. And now I'm going to turn back on the snap to grid. And I'm going to pick up my pencil, and I am just going to draw the zigzag shape all the way across my drawing area, go down an inch, and then just repeat it there. And because I've got the snap to grid on, notice that everything stays very exact. And once I'm done, it completes. So I'm going to put this in place, and I realized I probably want it a little bit bigger, so I can increase the size and stretch it out to, something I want. And maybe that's not a little bit too wide there. I can position it evenly, or I can sort of offset things a bit. I think I like that. And so once I've got that, I can do a Control-C, Control-V, and I can create a second one to go down below here. Now, to edit my zigzag, I'm going to use the Shape tool. So I'm going to use the Shape. I'm going to select the zigzag, and you can see all of the nodes are now showing. And I'm going to right-click and select the Edit tool. Now, if I am on a node, it's letting me know what I can do at this point, and I can either delete or I can break the segment. Now, in this case, I want to take those extra ones that are outside that I don't care about, and I'm going to delete that. So I'm going to take that one and delete it. And then if I go to the other edge, I can do the same. So it's, and there really isn't anything that needs to be deleted on the bottom segments here. So now what I need to do is select those outside lines, and I want to make them a curve. And I'm going to now zoom in, and I'm going to select this node with my mouse, and I'm just going to move it down to the edge of the egg shape. And I'm going to do the same with the other. Now, I need to change this curve so it follows the egg. I can do that by just using the handles and lining them up so that the segment now perfectly matches the outside of the egg. I'm going to go back to Fit to Work table, and now I'm going to zoom in on the other side. Again, if I select that line, I can now make it a curve. And I can select with my mouse one of the nodes, bring it in, and move the handles. You can shorten those handles or lengthen them to get your curve perfectly in shape. And then back to Fit to Work table. Okay, I like that one. Zoom out, and then I'm going to do another curve on the bottom. I said just 1, 2 to close it. Zoom in. Now I can go to the color tab, and I'm just going to use the default and I colored my egg, and now I can let's use the orange to do that, and then let's find a green to finish the egg up. Once I like something, I can add it to the sketchbook, and we are complete. Thank you for watching. For additional videos, please feel free to subscribe to my newsletter, which goes out weekly. It's at www.onpointquilter.com.